It was okay when I was really little, like when my mom and dad were together. And then they separated when I was like 6. And then my mom didn't stay single for very long. She met her boyfriend, which is now my stepdad. At first he seemed like he was okay, but then he started getting really abusive, like physically, emotionally, sexually, everything, mentally. Like, for instance, he'd make us, go skinny dipping with him, or he'd walk around the house naked, or, with my dad, we wouldn't really see my dad very often. My mom wouldn't let us. I was really depressed a lot of the times because I was dealing with, having to go through being abused and having, have been molested from my own grandfather and my stepfather. So it was really hard dealing with that and coming out and actually telling people about that, because I always used to hide that to myself. But when I got into being a teenager, it was kind of hard because it got to the point where me and my mom's boyfriend were fighting all the time, and it got so bad that her and him were fighting over me. And then my mom came to me one day and told me that if it ever came down to it, she would always choose him over me. When I was 16, I eventually got kicked out and moved in with my dad. And then once I moved in with my dad, everything was okay until he passed away. He ended up getting like cancer in his gums, and it kind of just like spread from there. I woke up and found him asleep in his bed. Well, not really asleep, but yeah. So, yeah. And that was hard because then after that, I didn't have anywhere to go. So that's when I started being homeless. Which isn't easy. I was really depressed and really down, and I actually ended up turning to drug use. I was doing heroin and methamphetamine and for about like 2 to 3 years, before, to make me forget everything. I mean, if I don't make enough money during the day, I'll have to sleep in the desert. So usually when it's not wet, I'll stay like right here. Usually that box isn't there, but I'll lay some blankets down, right here, and I'll just lay on top of it. And I like this spot because there's cactus nearby, so animals won't really approach up very often. It can be scary, like when you're trying to sleep, you hear like rustling of leaves or, cracks of sticks and stuff. So, and you wake up, it's like, who's there? What's going on? So, I mean, that can be kind of scary. It's really hard to sleep out there. When I'm standing out on the corner and I'm holding the sign, like there are people that will drive by and they'll like have their window down and they'll yell, get a job as they're driving by, or they'll cuss at me, or they'll flip me off, or they'll just scream things at me constantly during the day. So I always just try to ignore that, but sometimes it's hard. I mean, because nobody really understands your situation. They just assume. When I got to the point where I was shooting up everything, with needles and stuff, and I got to the point where I couldn't find a vein or anything, so I was missing a lot, and I would get abscesses all the time. So, and being in the desert, that's not good because I'll get infected. So I was getting really sick, and I wasn't really taking care of myself at all. So I decided that I needed to make a change or I'm gonna die. A few months ago, I kind of hit rock bottom. I was tired of the runaround, with using drugs, and I felt like I was taking advantage of, everybody in my life, like all my friends and all my loved ones and everything, because I would do anything to get money just to get that, fixed. So I was just tired of dealing with everything, just dealing with life, dealing, with depression, with the drug use, with everything. So I eventually found help. I've been sober for about 2 months now.
I know that it wasn't a choice to be in the circumstances that you're in. And I know firsthand how one day everything can change, where you think you're flying high and the next day you're in jail and you're locked up. That's my story, and I'm thinking my whole family has decided that I wasn't worth loving anymore. And it's amazing how you can see people go through things and everything can change in an instant. But then I also see that God also changed that brokenness in an instant as well, and gave me beauty and opportunity, and has changed all the things that I hated to now the catapult to love and beauty. And so Lisa, I just wanted to give you an opportunity to tell you a little bit about Autumn and all that she's going through in her story as well. I felt like you, with what you do with Gospel Rescue Mission, she's a great candidate for services that you offer, and maybe see if she's open to some of the programs you have. Can you share with Autumn some of the things that you do?
Sure. So at Gospel Rescue Mission, number one, it's a safe place for people to come that try to restore the broken areas of their life. But it's an old hotel that's restored, and it's a beautiful place. And, you know, there's about 120 women there. And it's really awesome because the community of women that are all going through the same things in life is just a beautiful thing. And more than just the classes, it's the community that help one another. So that is a big part of the strength that people get from being at the mission. Then we'd love to have you in the program, and it would get you off the streets and give you a chance to really reevaluate where you're at, get you stronger, and support your sobriety and your wholeness and your wellness, and give you, you know, some of the training and the skills to, you know, overcome.
Yeah, recently I've been looking for a job, but I've had trouble finding one because I currently don't have an address, so
right,
that always makes a problem.
And that is another benefit of staying there, because you use that address. There's case managers that work you through, like I said, the skills to build a resume for you. We have access to jobs that are available to people in the program. There's so many benefits. Like I said, life skill classes, Bible studies, those kind of things. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You don't have to worry about looking for food, and so many benefits to that. But I'd love for you to come and take a look around. No, you don't.
There's help out there.
And you know what? I mean, like I said, congratulations for making the changes on your own, and not many people are able to do that. So this would just provide you an opportunity to maintain your sobriety and get stronger, and maybe have access to some jobs and other resources that you don't have.
Lisa, I just want to thank you for all that you do. I mean, I just am so honored to know you, to be able to support what you do, to be able to bring beautiful women like Autumn to you, and know that you are going to provide something amazing and beautiful for them. And I'm honored to be your friend.
I'm sure that being a mom, it touches you even harder.
My children are adopted. I fostered my little girl, and both of their biological parents struggled with drug abuse, and so it's just, there's a connection. I want my kids to see that they have hope, they have options, that I feel like God has done the same thing for you, is that sometimes He just plucks us away from the circumstances we're in and gives us a new destiny. That our destiny has not been written yet, and we have a choice to change that to hope and to beauty. And that my kids are that in my life. They took a barren woman who couldn't have children, and God gave me two beautiful children that are my life and my love, my heart, and I am something to them too. Is that you're a Smith now, you know? You have, your name is Smith, and you have the destiny and all the privileges and rights of the Smith, but you also have the beauty of your past and the heritage that you came from. So they have a beautiful life, and so do you.
Yeah.
And I really, truly believe that this is not the end of your story, but the very beginning.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about where you're going to go. Because if, as I said to you earlier, if you can overcome this, if you can overcome this addiction, nothing can stop you. There's no mountain, no rock that you can't conquer, because addiction is hurt so many people and taken over and destroyed, but you're overcoming it, and there's nothing more powerful than that.
I think that whoever is in the circumstance that I'm in, there is help out there. You just have to find it. You need to make the decision that you're ready, and then go find help and get help from somebody else, because it is out there. And there are people that are willing to help you. And with Scarred Beautiful, I think, telling my story will show people, that there is hope and there is help. My name is Autumn and I'm Scarred Beautiful.